Hello everyone, Tallara here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I just made it back to Haven, nestled here in the Frostback Mountains. The giant rift in the sky greets us, and I'm ready to check back in with our companions after spending some time in the hinterlands. Altogether, I spent about 5 hours in the hinterlands, doing quests and getting collectibles and fighting enemies, and obviously that was edited down for the purposes of this Let's Play. But we are back, we'll have a lot of quests to turn in, and we can also check in with the people here in Haven. For example, looks like Cassandra is right behind us, we can chat with her. She's getting a little practice in, as if we didn't do enough fighting in the hinterlands. Hi, good to see you too. Was that supposed to be me?
I hope that wasn't meant to be me.
What? That?
You obviously don't like somebody.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What do you believe?
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see.
Well, that's good for me.
And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm chosen?
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
Good point. Cassandra's much more logical than I gave her credit for. Our only real interaction with her previously, of course, was in her interrogation scenes with Varric in Dragon Age 2, and at that point, obviously, she didn't seem very rational. But hearing her talk, she actually is much more understanding than I believed her to be. What happens next?
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences,
great camera angle here.
What I have done, I pay them.
Really zooming in on this practice dummy.
I only pray the price is
now we're looking through it. I can see her arm. Look, it's too late to turn back now.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail.
Very practical.
But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
You had cause, to be fair.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
That's a deep question. I'm a Kunari, remember?
You're asking me.
You're not a follower of the Kyun. You could be... I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Alright, interesting chat with Cassandra. Good catch up. We will leave these guys to their vicious fighting. I'm gonna head over here to the forge, actually. We should be able to upgrade our armor, perhaps. Go here to... Oh, we can actually just craft some, too. Antum Sar, Apprentice Coat, Avar... Oh, we can craft a ton of different armor. Okay. Very cool. Alright, so we got some crafting. What else can we do? We can modify weapons. Upgrading an item adds the upgrade stats to the item stats in addition to changing its appearance. You can freely remove and add existing upgrades or exchange them between different items. So, doesn't look like we can upgrade any of this right now. I'm wondering if we can upgrade Varric's crossbow, Bianca. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So, it actually already has some upgrades. But do we have any better upgrades? Is question. Bianca Arms 1. Sturdy Bianca Grip. They're both the exact same. Aiming module. Also the exact same. Okay, so we don't have any weapon mods right now, but we'll keep an eye out for them. And what about armor mods? We can mod this awesome armor that I picked up that Cassandra is going to eventually wear, or whoever our tank is. The issue is they need to be level 8. But we can actually upgrade it. Let's do that, and we can upgrade it for later when she can equip it. And that's it for now. Cool. Alright, so that actually completed a few little quests as well to get us some experience crafting and modifying weapons and armor. Oh, speaking of crafting weapons, we haven't done that yet. We can do that too. So this is probably actually what we need to upgrade our weapons. We need some of these weapon crafting components, such as the Bianca Arms Enhanced. Let's make these.
Good.
Cool, alright, I really like the crafting system, I gotta say, now that I'm actually figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing. So you can craft different upgrade parts, like for example, I made a new grip. We can put that on our current staff, and it gives us upgrades. And then we can also do that for Bianca. So I have now a better part. Flanking limbs. Perfect. Alright, so keep our eyes out through our quests for more upgrade materials, and then we can craft weapons and armor. That's very nice. Now let's head into Haven proper and see if anybody else wants to chat. Hello, I'm home. Anyone want to chat? Looks like there's an exclamation point in here. Special shipments. It didn't even say what that gave me. The exclamation point is off the map, but no idea what my special shipment was. Alright, moving on in. Anyone else want to chat? Maybe Varric wants to chat now? Yeah.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful.
True.
Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I mean, I can barely keep up, to be honest.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes two of us. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Why did you stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I mean, I guess it all hasn't really sunk in yet.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Okay. Well, maybe we can make ourselves a miracle. A little homemade miracle, if you will, Varric. You gotta believe in us. Oh, what is going on up here? People are looking angry.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Oh god.
Lies.
It's a
Your
Templars
kind
and
let her
Mages
die.
standoff.
Shut your mouth, mage!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition. And what does that mean
Ugh,
exactly?
this guy. Ugh.
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Great, alright, so we got lots of tension here between mages and Templars, and then this Chancellor guy stirring things up even more. Let's step in here.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
I bet you think the proper
You.
authority is you.
Random
Yeah,
clerics
exactly,
who aren't
Colin.
important enough to be at the conclave.
The
Woo!
Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
The proper authority failed.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chancellor and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Colin, why is he even here?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay.
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth.
Are you
The
sure?
Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux,
I
however.
don't know if I agree with you. Sure, he probably has much more bark than bite, but eventually bark can do some damage. Is the Mage Templar war large?
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chancellor's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
But who killed the Divine?
The mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Well, good luck keeping order.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return, I hope.
I hope too. Alright, let's check in with some more people. Check in with
When will you
Thren.
be able to get us the crafting supplies we need? When they're ready. Piss off.
Thren is just a ray of sunshine. Between her and the Chancellor, I don't know who I like less. No, that's not true. Definitely the Chancellor. But Thren, the Loghain lover, is not high up on my list either.
Can I help you with something?
Oh, I thought you had a quest or something. Never mind.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Bye. Doesn't it look like there's a quest marker? Or oh, maybe the quest marker is leading me to the Inquisitions. We can make prisoner cages, or requisitions, sorry. Prisoner cages and Inquisition weapons, okay.
Thanks for checking anyway.
Yep. Liliana, my girl! Hi, what are you doing in this random tent?
Blessed are the peacekeepers,
Oh, pray.
champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I can't speak for Andraste.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
My sympathies.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was the heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Poor Liliana's having a crisis of faith here. Can I help?
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Oh, Liliana. I hope at some point we get some sort of dialogue that indicates something between her and the hero of Ferelden, because of course, in our playthrough, we did romance Liliana, so I kind of wonder
Not as well as I thought.
what their situation is now. From my understanding, I think they're just two very busy people who are off doing their own things. Hero of Ferelden, you know, doing hero stuff. Liliana doing Chantry stuff. So they don't really see each other a lot, but yeah, hoping we'll get that tidbit at some point. Now though, let's check in with Solus.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Sounds dashing.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
You study ancient ruins?
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
How can you sleep there?
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they're usually content to live and let
I'm
live.
not sleeping anywhere that has giant spiders. I mean, it's impressive, I guess.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning.
Hey, you know I love
Thrill of
throwing
finding
fire and
remnants
lightning.
of a 1,000-year-old
Watch your
dream?
words.
I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by Chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
I mean, we have bigger problems.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
I don't know if either one will, but perhaps us, the Inquisition, can. Looks like there's a quest in here. Oh, the apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Okay. Hello.
Secret told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrid he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon.
Awkward. What's going on here?
Look who's back from the dead. Again. I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
We've met?
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making knows where, though. So, you're welcome.
Oh, well, thank you.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
You're a bit cranky.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
Interesting. Well, how are things?
How are your people holding up?
We've got Mother Giselle lending a hand now, which helps. For the ones that need comforting more than actual healing, she's a rock in fast water. Something to cling to.
Do you need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Okay, well, if I see them, I'll let you know.
Farewell.
In the meantime, I need to draw everyone's attention to this painting of the creepiest man I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how Aiden works in here with that painting watching over him, but anyway, to each their own, I suppose. Okay, I think we have checked in with everyone around camp now. So let's head into the Chantry building proper and speak with our advisors and check out the war table.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
Oh hey, Mother Giselle's here.
Will have more pulses for the injured as soon as possible, revered mother.
There are a lot of people talking at once right now. Can you speak up, Mother Giselle? I can't hear you over the praying. I mean, I'm trying, I guess.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Fair enough. Thank you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
I'd like to hear more about the Inquisition history since you mentioned it.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
Okay, we're named after that?
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the Seekers of Truth, and eventually the Templars.
Why bring us back?
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Interesting. Okay. Any idea who will be the next Divine?
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave. The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely.
Great.
Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
Fair enough. How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
Well, you may as well, Say, how are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead.
Oh, lovely.
They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Chaotic seems like a bit of an understatement. Alright, I guess I've got a lot of work to do, so I'll say goodbye for now.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Okay, we checked in with her. Looks like there's someone to check in with over here.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. How's Durelion lend Justinia these lands for pilgrimage? This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
I thought this land was in Ferelden, but you own this land?
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Its followers need shelter.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Well, that's good news. Thanks, sir with a mysterious mask. Does the Marquis actually own Haven?
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf.
See, this is what I was thinking.
Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Good to know. I kind of understood the situation. You handled the Marquis well.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
How did you become ambassador?
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for
Please
quite
ignore
some
my
time.
staff and
For better or worse,
her
being
face.
the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What's your background?
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late.
Agitated, I think, is a
I
good
hope
word.
to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
You do your thing, girl. I'm glad you can deal with the mask-wearing fools who stomp in here. That's a positive. Who are you, and why are you creeping in the corner?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Oh, so you're a mage?
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
You've researched creatures, then?
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Okay, well, in that case, I found something for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Alright, cool. So if we get more monster parts, I guess we'll bring them to her. And now let's head into the main room and summon our war council. You now have access to missions. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. Okay. So we have Inquisition perks. Special training from those who have joined the Inquisition's cause.
Has
Yeah.
Cassandra
Forces,
spoken to you about my
secrets,
new
connections, and
They
Inquisition.
are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours.
Ooh. Let's do secrets. Aha, arcane knowledge from Liliana. A detailed study of magic and the places and creatures that interact with it. It opens up new dialogue options related to the fate or arcane studies. Cool. Yeah, I want that. Detailed optimal cutting. Detailed studies show how to get the maximum usable harvest from each plant. Okay, there's lots of different ones that I can acquire. Well, let's get one from Liliana, and then let's get one from Inquisition, maybe. Ooh, I want this, actually. Antivan tailoring. Antivan tailors are famed for their ability to hide pockets seamlessly in garments. A few words, the Inquisition's friends to the north and its forces can carry more items in the field. Increases inventory capacity by 15. I found when I was out in the field that my pockets were full constantly, so that should come in handy. Those are all of our perks, so we can't get any more right now. And now, let's check in on Ferelden. I need to build the watchtowers. Refugees in the hinterlands face threats from bandits, demons, apostate mages, and Templar deserters. Building watchtowers in the area will help Inquisition forces ensure the safety of refugees and farmers. The appropriate building sites have already been marked, so we can build them with Cullen. My soldiers will have those towers up in short order. And it will apparently take 45 minutes. That's very quick to build watchtowers. But okay, so we'll have to check in on that one later. Up here, we have rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Because the region is largely uncharted, finding them will be difficult, but the Inquisition's advisors are determined to find out what happened and, if possible, bring their people back alive. So to see who will, get it? I think I'm gonna go with Liliana. Secrets. Send my people. A few scouts will move more quickly than a larger group could. Missing soldiers have been found in a bog called the Fallow Mire. They are being held hostage by Avar, who demand to meet the Herald of Andraste if the Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. Oh, good. Okay, guess we're gonna go chat with them then. Off we go. We will select our party. We don't have many options at this point, so it's just the default of Cassandra, Varric, and Solus. Off we go to speak to the kidnappers.
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you. because you're the Herald of Andraste.
Why?
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Well, that's fame for you, I guess.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or Legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead.
Undead?
Wait, you're not squeamish about undead, are you?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan.
They're not on the list of my favorite monsters.
You'll want to stay out of the water, then. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the fallow mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Great, alright, so that's our mission debrief, I guess, and we're gonna try to rescue our people. We did just get a codex entry about the Avars. Just saw that pop up. Let's learn more about them, shall we? The Avars. Driven across the Frostbacks in ancient times, the Alamari tribesmen split into 3 groups. One settled the Ferelden Valley, one was pushed into the Corkery Wilds, and the last returned to the mountains. Modern Fereldans bear little resemblance to their Alamari ancestors, and the Chazin remember few of their traditions, but the Avar have changed little throughout the ages. Like the Chazin, the Avar are not a united people. Each tribe fends for itself and is beholden only to its Thane. They still follow their own gods. Korth, the Mountain Father, Hakan, Winter's Breath, the Lady of the Skies, as well as dozens of animal gods never named to outsiders. Nothing lasts in the mountains. Wind and rain eventually eat away the strongest holds. Valleys that were arable one generation are locked in year-round ice the next. Game is constantly on the move. Even among themselves, the Avar make no absolute promises. They wed by a tradition in which the groom struggles to untie a tightly knotted rope while the bride sings a hymn to one of the gods. However many knots he has undone by the time her song ends is the number of years she will spend with him. Wow! Interesting. Lowlanders often forget that there is no such thing as a permanent alliance in the Frostbacks. Well, it's a good start to what we're dealing with here.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This could help us.
Guess we'll just follow the road. See if we can't find any Avar. Things are on fire. So, coming up on something called Fisher's End. Whoa, look at the moon! Look how big it is! Wow, it's beautiful! Too bad it's such a gross night. Uh-oh! These monsters are really strong. You see their level? Or, can't see their level. Their level is 12. We're only level 6.
This can't be all of them. There must be more further in.
I'm wondering if we should back out now, or if we should push forward. We actually didn't do too bad against those corpses, but... well, we came all this way. Let's at least try it, I guess, and we'll see how things go. I bet this place smells great. Just imagine the smell of rotting, decomposing bodies and nature. Just a good old bog smell.
Is that a beacon of some sort?
Let's see.
Never seen their like before.
No idea, but I lit it, and now there's like a little flame going this way. Ah! And a demon! Luckily this one is only level 8, so we should be able to handle him. This area is definitely a higher level though. I'll know for next time to double check the level of the area that I'm going into before I actually go there. I just was like, ooh, quest, and clicked on it. And I think this area is not quite meant for us just yet, but that's fine. I'm always up for a challenge. We're almost level 7 as well, so that'll cut the gap even more. Speak of the devil, level 7.
Beacons seem to draw out the undead. We could use them to fight on dry land.
Alright.
Keep an eye out for more then.
Keep an eye out for more beacons.
Nicely done. The Veilfire may prove useful.
Veilfire in the fallow mire. The Veilfire messages in the fallow mire are largely gibberish and imply a kind of paranoia. Certain letters and numbers repeat. It is possible the writing is in code. These Veilfire runes are interspersed with numbers and mathematical notations. They evoke a clear sense of panic, as if the author was trying to figure out a difficult problem. So by carrying this Veilfire around, we can see hidden markings and such. Definitely have to keep this stuff on us. Alright guys, follow my torch, which actually is probably pretty handy in these dark, spooky ruins. Luckily, I think it's waterproof, so it's not going to go out with the rain. And let's kill some undead. Looks like we have another one of these monuments, or whatever you'd like to call them, up ahead. We also have something on the ground. Apostate Wilderness's journal. This thick journal is half undecipherable. The parts that can be read are splattered with ink as if the author had written them in a hurry. There were years of notes in that book. Years! Who could have taken it? Or deciphered it? Did someone follow me from the circle? I bet it was Wernham or Clarice. They always were jealous little busybodies. If they saw what I've done, the demons I've harnessed, they'd be green with envy. Who's afraid of spirits now, you simpering ewes? But I must have my book back. I will write down the cipher again before I forget again. These demons are clever. I can't have them demanding a price for decrypting my own notes. The concoctions I can make with the plants here in safe amounts will open my mind to vistas past the fade. The demons hint it is beyond me because they wish to undermine me. It's so clear. It's so very clear. Oh god. If you say so, very clear. I can't believe people live here. I mean, maybe it's not so bad when it's not cold, wet, and windy, but I certainly have no interest in living here, that's for sure. I've already mentioned how I bet it really smells.
The water draws them out.
Another journal here next to a dead body. Smudged drawing. On this small note, the words "not deathroot" have been underlined 3 times. There's a small illustration of a plant that looks like spindleweed with this one underneath it. Clearly he didn't listen to his notes good enough, because I think he took the wrong herb. And here he is. Poor guy will take his stuff. And up ahead there's a good spot to set up camp. Perfect. Let's get dry. After a brief rest, our party heads out again.
Sign of the Avar who want to challenge me, or the Inquisition soldiers.
I hope the Avar haven't gotten bored with the hostages and that they understand how hostages work.
I don't know if we can be sure of that, Varric. Oh, hey, look. It's a rift. And, wait, who are you?
So, you're Herald of Andraste. My kin want you dead, Lowlander, but it's not my job. No fears from me.
What are you doing here?
Why aren't you with the other Avar?
Trying to figure out this hole in the world. Never seen anything like it's like. They spit out angry spirits. Endless. What the sky's trying to tell us? I don't know.
They're called Fade Rifts.
They're caused by the breach in the sky. Or some kind of magic gone wrong.
I know that, Lowlander. I'm talking about the Lady of the Skies. Do you not know her? Can't you see the warning she writes through the bird flocks in the air?
Can't say I
Interesting
can.
how widely Ferelden beliefs diverge.
Call me Ferelden again, Elf, and see how far you get.
Are my missing people hurt?
The other Avar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
Alright, bye then.
Farewell then.
Watch the water.
I want to show this guy how Fade Rifts really work. We're going to open this one so we can properly close it. Keep your eyes open, sir. You're about to see some cool stuff. Is he going to help us, I wonder? He is, yeah. Okay, cool. I was going to say, are you just going to sit there and watch the show, or are you going to lend a hand? But he is helping us out. Let's close this one properly. Now, let's seal it up. Bam. There you go, Skywatcher. What'd you think of that?
Lady of the skies, you can mend the gaps in the air.
Sure can.
It's what the Herald was sent here to do.
Maybe you do have a god's favor.
Wow, we're even making the Avar into believers.
Look, signs of a plague.
Lovely.
It must have been a terrible illness. No one's come to reclaim the land.
Why would you
No one
want to,
living
though? This place sucks. Throw a plague on top of it, it's all starting to make sense.
I think it's time you stopped playing the wounded party with me, Varric.
Ignoring the times you actually wounded me.
I did no such thing. I questioned you and then brought you to Haven so you could tell your story to the Divine.
What then? Thanks, Varric. We believe you. See you around.
Do not pretend to be an innocent bystander. I could have done far worse, with full justification.
Yes, thank you for not torturing me. I'm so much happier now.
Poor Varric is still very salty about the interrogation from Cassandra. She's like, let it go, man. And he's like, you try letting it go. Either way, here's another monument, so we get some more spirits to kill. Demons? Spirits? I think spirits are good demons. These are demons. Man, these guys certainly put up a tough fight. And they're easier to fight when we fight them on land and actually call them by lighting the statue. Good thing we're not going in the water and bringing the fight to them. That's another one done. We can also grab this Veilfire to investigate this ruin. These particular Veilfire runes are completely impenetrable, but staring at them brings about the mental image of some kind of plant, and the impression it is somehow important, then it fades. Interesting. I'm sure if you went off the beaten path in this area, you could find lots of treasure, but we're not going to be risking that. Looks like we found the the Avar. They found the Herald. So that might mean that our patrol is somewhere nearby. Looks like this is the final monument thing. Let's get rid of those demons, guys.
Free of corpses back to the shore.
Yeah, we sure do. That was a very tough fight, though. Hopefully there's some camp area that we can get to before we actually have to fight the Avar, because fighting these demons is taken quite the toll on us. In the meantime, we can grab what is presumably the final rune as well. Veilfire in the Fallow-mire. These unreadable runes evoke for a moment a sudden and overpowering feeling of smug and vengeful triumph, as though a difficult problem has been solved. There is the image of a bottled elixir, then it fades. The cipher written in the last pages of Apostate Widris' journal corresponds to the Veilfire writing found in the Fallow-mire. The deciphered messages are notes that, when taken together, form instructions on how to concoct a particularly dangerous poison. Cool. Alright, well we will take that information with us. Heading towards some kind of structure up ahead.
Run for the castle!
And yeah, there's a ton of undead outside, so according to Cassandra's advice, we are just gonna run right past them and try to get inside the castle for protection. Hi! Oh no, and this is the Avar! We ran from the undead right into the Avar. Oh god, okay. I don't know if we're gonna be able to win this fight. Solus is already down. Let's see. Derek is down. Y'all still fighting the undead? The plan was to run, remember? Run! Whew, we survived the initial wave, but we are out of healing potions and everyone is extremely low health. So, again, praying there's a spot we can rest around here. It doesn't really look like it, though. Alright, we've got nowhere to go but forward. Let's see what we can do here, gang. At least we aren't getting assaulted by the undead. That's a small win. We left them outside the gates. Huh. Is there no one up here? Wait a minute, this might actually be a good place to rest. Once we loot these chests and supply caches. Oh yeah, beautiful! That's exactly what we needed. And we can pull this lever, which should open the gate. Alright, we're actually doing good here, guys. That supply cache was absolutely invaluable. So this was just an Avar checkpoint. This isn't like their stronghold or anything. So we took care of the few guys in here. Planet Star potions. I'll keep moving forward. Oh, I think we're getting close. There's a big menacing guy standing up ahead. Hi! Okay, we're not even gonna pretend to talk. We're just gonna straight up fight. Gotcha. Cool, cool. That works for me. Skip the pleasantries, get right to fighting. Whoa, he's really big. And I thought I was tall. This guy makes me look like a dwarf. Oh, and he really hates me. Oh, so much so that he in fact murdered me. But Solus is reviving me, thank god. Let's see if I can take down his minions up there. Sandra, you focus on the tanking, I'll focus on the minion killing. Alright, the minions are dead, however so is Cassandra, so we have no tank. It's just us versus this literal giant. So let's see how this goes. Come on, guys! Solus got shields up, that's good. Varric is doing his best to dodge this madman with his hammer. Woo-wee! This guy has so much health. Oh my god, he's a literal tank. Alright, Varric is dead, but he is half health. Can we pull this out? Oh, and Solus healed Cassandra! He brought her back from the dead. Oh, that might actually save us. Shout out to Solus. Cassandra, take a potion immediately. You tank him. Me and Solus will get the hits in, catch him on fire, electrocute him, all the good stuff. Oh no, he has a shield. Ow. Burn it. Burn him! Come on, guys! We can do it! Yes! Woo! Down he goes!
Why? The breach remains a threat to us all.
Just the same. I wondered if you might leave now that we have a plan to seal it.
Ah, because I am an apostate. I might flee before the Inquisition throws me in chains. I take my commitment seriously, Seeker. Come what may, I shall see this through.
As you wish. Though I cannot guarantee what will happen in the days to come.
I don't know if this was the best time or place to have that conversation, but hey, he's dead, and we just got the key off his body. Let's open this door, and here's the gang! Yay, you're free!
Is everyone all right?
Yes, Your Worship. The injured
return on our own.
I can't believe the Herald came for us.
I told you,
Sure did, guys. Now get out of here. Go get some clean clothes. Oh, hey. Look who's up ahead. I think it's the Avar we met earlier. Skywatcher. What's up?
Your god looks after you, Herald. There lies the brat. His father, chief of our holding, would duel me for the loss if he cared enough.
Why don't you come work for me instead?
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks. Join me. Help us stop the breach.
Is this why the Lady of the Skies led me here? To help heal the wounds in her skin? Aye, I'll join you. Let me make peace with my kid and I'll find where you set your flag.
Cool. I bet he will be a very valuable ally. Welcome. We're certainly collecting a diverse cast in the Inquisition. I like it. Everyone's welcome to join. As long as you're down to slay some demons. Okay guys, I made it back to Haven after our excursions in the bog, and I am ready to report in our successes, as well as see if Cullen is finished building those watchtowers that I asked him to do. But before we go check in, we will in fact call it a day here for today's episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've been enjoying the series so far, and I'll be back soon with some more Inquisition adventures.